Come in.
Dr. Smith, good to see you again.
Hey, Robert, good to see you.
Yeah, thank you. How's your day going so far?
Oh, pretty good, pretty good.
Man, can you believe this weather? I apologize for my jacket. I had to shed it on the way in. I was sweating bullets.
It's warm, it's cold, it's warm, it's cold. I can't decide.
I know. Man. And then, this weekend at the car show, it was, it's almost chilly.
Yeah, it was. It felt good.
Oh, it did. It felt great. But at least the sun's still shining, and it looks like it'll be a good weekend to cruise the I-35. Hopefully,
I think it's gonna be.
I think so. Well, I'm excited to be here today. I didn't want to bog you down with the details of AEP run this weekend while we're having a good time at the car show. But I'm just excited to kind of let you know about it and hopefully understand the heart of your business. And I know that you all are growing like crazy. And I love working with people who are growing and entrepreneurial because that's where my heart is as well.
Right.
Well, Dr. Smith, just want to make sure we've got about 20 minutes this morning.
Yeah, absolutely. That's right.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, and then is there anyone else that needs to be involved in the decision-making process? Anyone else? Dr.
My associate will help me make the decision. We're going to look at this kind of as a team, absolutely.
Sure, of course. Is she available? Could we pull her in right now?
Actually, she's with a patient right now.
Patient right now, sure. That's where the heart and soul of business is.
That's where she should be.
That's where she should be, exactly. Well, great. In terms of making a buying decision, I assume Dr. Anir would probably want to be involved in the decision as well.
Yes, I want her to be. Want her to be, absolutely.
Right.
So
are you all co-owners?
We are. Yeah, we're so well. Yeah, absolutely. And I want her to be, certainly have her say.
Absolutely. Well, great. Well, there's just a few things I'd like to do today. Kind of want to analyze your current vision for your business and just kind of your expansion plans. I know that you all are building a new clinic in Hewitt and just growing like crazy. And so I want to kind of analyze your current payroll system and how that's helping you stay competitive amongst the dental practices in Central Texas, and also just kind of understand where the heart of your business is. So as we move forward, I can make sure that my presentation hits home with you.
Right, absolutely.
Is there anything else you'd like to cover during the presentation?
No, I'm excited to hear what you have to show me.
Okay, fantastic. Well, I mentioned that I was driving down 35 and saw your new clinic going up.
Right.
What's your growth rate? What's the vision?
But we would love to have a practice in a major part or in most of the major cities in this section of the state.
So Central Texas.
Right. We have we have 2 now.
Right.
We would like to open a 3rd within the next year. And that as we go forward, it's really why I wanted to learn more about your product.
Sure.
Just to see how it might benefit us with the HR portion of our business.
I mean, as many entrepreneurial folks kind of run into that problem where they're kind of a victim of their own success, where you grow so fast and all of a sudden you're spending more time doing payroll than spending time with patients. And I know that your heart's with the patients.
Well, that's what we love, is doing dentistry.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really a big fan of your expansion strategy because I think that you're a player in Waco, and Waco's a very interesting market, different than a lot of the folks that I work with because it's so segmented. I mean, you could have a dental practice 2 miles from each other, and serve totally different clients. I mean,
absolutely.
McGregor, Hewitt, Temple, Killeen, very different clients. So I think you're in the right spot.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Fantastic. Okay, so obviously you're growing. We hope to be the dominant player in Central Texas. What do you think is key to your success? I mean, what's allowing you to expand and thrive while other dentists are not?
Well, it's the way we take care of our patients. That's what's allowed us to grow like we have been. And I'll tell you, right now my son has been.
Is it Michael?
It is. Yeah.
Michael.
Yeah. He's been in charge of the payroll right now. He's been using a system that he buys off the shelf at Office Max or Office Depot or someplace.
Sure.
And it worked well for him when we had 1 office. It didn't work as well with 2.
Right.
And I'm nervous about how it's going to work with 3.
Sure.
He spends a lot of time every month.
Right.
Dedicating time to human resources.
Sure. And I know that this weekend he said he was part-time. Is he still in school or is he?
He is part-time. Well, he's not now. He would like to. He's thinking he might like to do culinary school at some point. I don't know when it's going to be.
Right. So is it fair to say, Dr. Smith, that if we found a solution and a software that you could run quickly and efficiently, it wouldn't break Michael's heart to not be running payroll services for your practice?
He would love to be cooking someplace.
He'd love to be cooking someplace. And if we remove the burden of payroll from Michael's plate, he'd be free. He would be able to go cook somewhere.
Well, yeah, he would. And I want to make what I want to make sure of certainly is that by freeing him to do that, I'm not burdening someone else in my office.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And certainly it's been the good things about it. It's inexpensive, and it has worked well so far. But I don't want what I don't want going forward is I can't have office managers at each of my offices spending hours and hours doing payroll.
I mean, their time is valuable.
Well, absolutely, they need to be spending time with their patients and,
Right.
and talking dentistry. So. I guess just making sure that the solution that we may come to,
Sure.
Meets those needs would be most important.
Actually, I'm really connecting with you because I know that growing up, going to my dentist, it's not just the dentist you have a relationship with. The same ladies check me out every single. I mean, since I grew teeth.
Right.
I mean, I've had the same lady check me out, make sure I have the right toothbrush, and so I don't think it's fair to say that only the dentist's time is valuable. I mean, you're exactly right. Everybody's time is valuable.
That's right.
And it's not well spent when we're burning through time going through payroll and crunching numbers, because that's not what we're here to do.
No, that's right.
Okay, great. So, is it fair to say that your current payroll system it's been sufficient, but it's not a source of competitive advantage? You don't foresee it being a source of competitive advantage moving forward.
I would say that's fair.
In fact, it might be a disadvantage.
I would say that's fair to say that.
Okay,
yeah,
great.
We've been satisfied.
Satisfied.
With it. It has not been awful, but it has not been excellent.
Right, and I know that in your practice you don't want just satisfied customers; you want happy customers.
Right. Well, we strive for excellence in what we do. You're right.
Okay. Well, I think I'm kind of understanding part of kind of what you're looking for here. But can you kind of expand more specifically upon what you're looking for in a payroll system?
Well, like I said, it takes Michael quite a while. It can take him about 7 hours a week to
7 hours
to get down to to really get everything in that he needs to. It takes a while. It takes a long time, and he would rather not be doing those
He'll be
things.
cooking.
Absolutely. So I want something that'll be quick. I want something that will. He also has a lot of roles. He has to deal with IRS stuff. He has to deal with payroll stuff.
Sure.
He has to deal with HR issues, and making sure that what I move to is a solution for all of those things that he's doing, and not just one of those things.
Right. I totally understand that, and I think we've got some really exciting things to show you in terms of just how easy it can be. I see you're already an iPhone user. Our platform works with the iPhone. I'm going to demonstrate it on an iPad just for demonstration purposes. It's a little easier to see.
Sure.
Just as we're talking. But before I jump into the demo, do you have any other current quarter goals that are important to you that might be relevant to our conversation?
I mean, this is certainly something that is on our plate, and something that we see ourselves going and doing soon. Whether that's y'all or whether we Michael comes on as more of a full-time role.
Sure. But it sounds like that's not something he views.
Well, it's not something he's all about, but I think he would do it. Now, the other issues, it would be more expense, obviously, to bring on a full-time employee.
Sure.
But
there you go. Okay. So our timetable. I mean, we're hoping by Thanksgiving, we'd love to have you. I mean, we'd love to give you something to be thankful for at Thanksgiving.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. And I can assume you don't love running payroll.
No, I'm not going to do it.
All right. Well, I'm really happy you said that, because as we jump into the demo, I want you to know, Dr. Smith, that payroll is our passion. Mm-hmm. It's absolutely our passion. I know it sounds nuts, but just excuse me for being giddy. I'm sorry. All right. So as we jump in here, just that. There are four functions, or four kind of sectors of the payroll in terms of the comprehensive service that ADP offers. So if you look at the icon right here, we run your payroll, so we'll onboard all your employees, create them unique identification that allow them so we can run the payroll, and then we print checks. So we have the option to do direct deposits if your employees prefer that.
That's good.
But if your employees do prefer checks, I know that some folks like to actually take home a paycheck. We will FedEx them to you next day air.
Okay.
And then finally, we print reports and then file taxes.
Okay.
So as you can see right there, it's not just a quick this is how much I paid this person.
Right.
It's a comprehensive service. So it's a turnkey solution to your payroll problem. Mm-hmm. And so I think that's kind of where we're going. So that's the big 30,000-foot view.
Right.
So the next screen, take a look. This is what your home screen would look like. So like I said, we would onboard all your employees, and then their rate is filtered in here, their salary, and obviously their bi-weekly pay rates there. Do you pay your employees bi-weekly or monthly? Bi-weekly, sure, that's what most of our partners do. And then their hours are right here. It'll tie with your current clocking in system, or you can use ours included in the software. And then on the next screen, I'm getting all excited again. It'll give you kind of your aggregate total. So this is how much you paid them, and so you kind of get a preview of their pay stub.
Yeah.
So is that tracking with you so far?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I mean, and it's just incredibly simple to use. I mean, if you ever bought anything online or used PayPal, or you even used Amazon. I mean, Amazon's a great example. It's an Amazon-like experience with your payroll.
Is this something that can be used by any of my office managers? Like they pull up from anywhere?
Absolutely.
Or does it have to be installed on a server? And...
No. It's are you familiar with cloud-based computing?
Yeah.
So it's in the cloud.
Okay. Very good.
And so, did that answer your question?
Well, it did. I'll tell you though, I've got a concern. One of my guys I went to dental school with.
Yeah, security. Is that where we're going with this?
No, not the cloud
Okay.
security. I'm not so worried about that. I'll tell you though that he has a couple practices and he had used y'all for a while.
Really?
And he said the reason he switched was because he's having his office managers at his locations were calling and in some instances having to sit on hold for 20, 30 minutes to get support.
Really?
If they had a question about the program. And so I want to make sure that I can't pay an office manager to sit on hold for 30 minutes.
Okay, Dr. Smith, I should have done this earlier. I mean, just to safeguard against that, I need to make sure you have my card.
Okay.
Because that's your card. Anyway, it breaks my heart to hear that, and I'm sorry. We're working out the customer service. We're kind of a customer service piece. We're in the same boat that you are. ADP is taken off, and we're in the process of hiring the best possible customer service representatives that we can.
Right.
We've chosen to do that in-house instead of outsourcing it, and so part of our problem is that we're so selective on who we have interacted with our customers. We just don't hire any Joe Blow off the street.
Right.
So with that said, in the interim, here's my card. I hope you never find yourself in that spot, but if for some reason you do, I'm your guy.
Okay. Well, and you mean you'll be available whenever we need you.
Whenever you need me. I'm dedicated to making the rollout as smooth as possible. And like I said, I mean, it sounds like if Michael's already using some type of box set from Office Depot, this is significantly simpler, and I think that he would be happy to run this. And honestly, I think that this might sound wild, Dr. Smith, but imagine yourself working on a patient and say, oh my gosh, it's Friday, it's payday, I haven't run payroll yet. Well, pick up your phone for me. We pick up your phone for me.
Yes.
Pick it up, get the home button, unlock it. You'll tap on an app, so just tap on anything, open it, select any button in the app, boom, payroll's done. That's it. That's payroll.
Yeah.
So once we onboard you, you have your rate set up, your hours are automatically feeding into the system. That automatically sends a buzz in our payroll center. We cut your checks. We FedEx them to you next day air. And everyone goes home happy on payday. And no longer do you have folks waiting around until 5:30 when they want to be home with their family on Friday. I mean, I know, it's no secret. Dentists like playing golf on Fridays. I mean, you could be at the 19th hole having a cold beverage with one of your associates.
Right.
Doing what you're supposed to be doing on Fridays, and you can run payroll, and it wouldn't be any more challenging than opening up your Twitter app.
Okay.
Am I tracking there?
Yeah, absolutely, very good.
Okay, so did I kind of answer the concern of maybe whether this is complicated or not, and just kind of support?
Well, yeah, I think that the support issue, I like that the people that you hire are certainly, competent. I want my office managers to be able to have, that positive interaction,
Sure.
Absolutely.
Sure. Okay, well, Dr. Smith, I'm excited with where we are in terms of our conversation flow. As I prepare, I'd really like to schedule another meeting and bring in Dr. Anir.
I think she needs to be here.
I think so
too.
That's
definitely something that she needs to see.
Right.
This is something that she needs to sign off on. Sometimes we have, issues about payroll,
Sure,
and she needs to put her eyes.
And I want to be here to answer her questions, make her feel 100% comfortable.
Yeah, absolutely.
There are a few pieces of information I need to grab from you before I set up my presentation for the next meeting.
Okay.
I know that currently you all have 15 employees in Bellevue and 20 in Waco at your dental offices. How many are you looking to hire on at your new location?
Initially, it'll probably be 5.
So we're talking.
And then as we grow, add more.
So 40 employees initially.
Yeah, plus or minus,
Okay,
absolutely.
perfect. I'll build out our value analysis based on 40 employees.
Okay.
And then I guess the most important question is that, I don't like surprises. I know you don't either. You don't want, one of your patients getting home and saying, "Hey, my crown just popped off."
Right.
That's an absolute nightmare.
Right.
And so I don't want our conversational crown to pop off. If we're in our meeting next week and Dr. Anier's having trouble seeing the value in in ADP and Run Mobile, would you be willing to partner with me to help her understand kind of the opportunity this product presents?
I like this, and I like that it frees up Michael to do what he wants
Right.
to do.
I
Absolutely.
think that's the ultimate goal. I mean, so I think it's a win-win-win-win-win. It's a win for your patients because happy employees are better at serving their patients. It's a win for you because you don't have to mess this anymore, and payroll is our passion.
Right.
Third, it frees Michael to go cook, and sounds like some pretty good dinners on this Friday afternoon.
Yep.
So, if you're happy with where our conversation is, I am, and I'd love to jump in your calendar maybe next Tuesday or Thursday, either 1 or 2.
I think Tuesday's better.
Tuesday at 2?
Yeah. Do you have anything in the morning?
Yeah, absolutely.
That would be better. Let's do that.
What time do you start meeting with patients? You want to do it before then?
Let's do it. Yeah, let's do about 8.
How about breakfast? Could we do breakfast?
Sure. That sounds good.
All right, we'll go to Cafe Cappuccino downtown at let's give ourselves a little breathing room. 7:30, is that okay?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
I got you.
Cool.
Okay, Dr. Smith, I'm excited. This was fun, and looks like it's gonna be a nice top-down kind of weekend.
I hope so.
I hope so. All right, well, good deal. Well, thanks for your time. This
Thanks,
was a lot of
Robert,
fun.
very much.
Yes, sir.
Have a good one.
All right, Dr. Smith, we'll be seeing you.
That sounds good. Thanks again.
How'd I do, Chris?
Good.
Thanks.
Yeah. Did you like your part?
It's all you.
Okay, good. Keep it. How many of these have you done so far?
This year, just today.
Oh, okay, very good.
Like, are you asking like how many have I done today or like overall?
Well, yeah, overall.
I'll probably get out here in a second. We'll talk until then.
Sure.
We just got back from a national sales competition at Indiana University.
Right.
And prior to that, we'd done 2 product presentations in our advanced sales class, and then 4 different role play sessions throughout prior to that, and then so this is probably my 10th role play this semester, or 10th role play.
That's cool.
And then I've run through these things countless times.
Yeah.
So.
In the bathroom mirror.
Right. And really, I don't know, I kind of like shooting from the hip.
Yeah.
Some of those, the whole crown thing, didn't necessarily have that. I was just kind of.
I thought it was good. That's what I tell the dentist.
There you go. There you go. I closed him.
Did you? Did you? We were cutting out. We were having a good time.
Had a good Dean.
Going good. Going good.
Good deal.
I tell you what, you gotta watch out.
Yeah.
You guys waiting in line to do yours next, or what's?
I have it ready for me.
You're next?
Yeah. Turn the screws.
I will never buy it.
My second one was done in 12 minutes.
You know, my first one, everybody's fast forward, man.
Sounds like a shine up to this technical work. Cheers.
Don't make fun of my technical services work.
No, I'm not making fun of it all. It's the sales rep that fixed it. The sales rep that get in, Jerry's been 3 hours and they fix it.
I fixed a couple chairs. Job that would take my service back 15 minutes. Took me. I gotta go to the Home Depot and buy some Allen wrenches.
I even went for
I'll be right back.
FSC yesterday, you guys know Ron Martinez?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ron's down in Laredo yesterday, this new office was opened up, and the doctors who opened it, they don't know what they're doing. And they put things off to the last minute. They want to take some
Doctors?
patients today. They didn't decide on their electric handpieces, they went with DNA.
Yeah.
And they didn't decide on electric handpieces till a week ago. they wanted to go live today. So they showed up yesterday at 11 a.m. in Laredo. They didn't call us when they came in, they finally called us about 3 o'clock. So you guys gonna come install these? My nearest service tech is 3 hours away. That's if we pull them, they're gonna, if they left now, they'd be at 6 o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
Unacceptable, blowing up. And, you know, Ron walked in right about that minute, and the doc just goes after him, so Ron is gonna stay there.
Pitchfork.
Ron's gonna install the VA electrics. These are electric, not just air. You can put motors in, he did it years ago. So he starts doing it, and in the